Sam buys a house at 25. Derek rents that same year. They both think they made the smarter choice. They're both wrong, because one of them is drowning in costs he never counted, and the other is throwing away money he'll never see again. 20 years later, only one of them is actually ahead. And it's not who you think. Both are 25. Both live in Columbus, Ohio. Both earn $68,000 a year. Both have $55,000 saved. Sam puts that $55,000 down on a $275,000 home. 20% down. 30-year fixed mortgage at 6.8%. Monthly mortgage payment, $1,430. Property taxes in Franklin County, $320 a month. Homeowner's insurance, $110. He's at $1,860 a month before he touches a single light switch. Derek rents a 2-bedroom apartment 2 miles away for $1,500 a month. Same neighborhood quality, similar square footage. His rent will increase 3% every year, which is right at the national average for mid-sized cities over the last 2 decades. Day 1. Sam looks like the genius. He's building equity. He owns something real. Derek is handing $1,500 a month to a landlord and has nothing to show for it at the end of the month. That's the conventional wisdom. Now let's run the actual numbers. Year 1. Sam moves in and immediately discovers what homeownership actually costs. The home inspection missed a slow roof leak. $3,800 to fix. The previous owners left an HVAC system that was already 14 years old. It dies in August. $5,200 for a replacement. He repaints 2 rooms, replaces the kitchen faucet, fixes a cracked driveway section. Another $1,400. Year 1 surprise costs, $10,400. That's on top of his $1,860 monthly payment. Financial advisors use a rule of thumb: budget 1% of your home's value per year for maintenance. On a $275,000 home, that's $2,750 a year. But in reality, especially in the first few years, it almost always runs higher. Sam's first 3 years average closer to $3,600 a year in maintenance alone. Meanwhile, Derek's year 1 total housing cost is $18,000. His landlord fixed the broken dishwasher. His landlord replaced the water heater. Derek called. Someone came. It was handled. He paid nothing extra. Sam's year 1 total housing cost, including mortgage, taxes, insurance, and repairs, $32,720. That gap, $14,720 in year 1 alone, is money Sam will never get back. It didn't go into equity. It went into a roof and an air conditioner. By end of year 3, Sam has paid $79,843 total toward housing. His mortgage balance has dropped from $220,000 to $210,614. He's paid nearly $80,000 and only erased $9,386 in principal. The rest went to interest, taxes, insurance, and repairs. Derek has paid $55,956 in rent across 3 years. He has no equity, but he also has $23,887 more cash remaining than Sam does when you net out total housing spend. By year 5, something starts shifting in Sam's favor. His mortgage payment is fixed. It doesn't move. Derek's rent has been climbing 3% every year. By year 5, Derek is paying $1,738 a month. By year 7, $1,899. By year 10, $2,018 a month. And he has nothing to show for any of it. This is where home ownership starts to feel like the obvious winner. Sam's payment hasn't budged. Derek is paying more every single year for the same apartment. But look at what Sam's home is worth. Columbus home values have appreciated at roughly 4.2% annually over the last 2 decades. Consistent with Midwest mid-sized city averages, by year 10, Sam's $275,000 home is worth approximately $416,000. His remaining mortgage balance, $183,447. His equity, $232,553. That sounds incredible. until you do the full accounting. Over 10 years, Sam has paid mortgage payments of $171,600, property taxes of $38,400, and these have increased annually as his home's assessed value rose. Insurance of $13,200, and maintenance and repairs of roughly $36,000 at the real-world average, for a total out-of-pocket of $259,200. His equity is $232,553. He is, after 10 years, and $259,200 spent, in net negative $26,647 in pure cash terms. The equity exists on paper, it's locked inside the walls. Derek over the same 10 years has paid $216,814 in total rent. He's paid $42,386 less than Sam in total housing costs. That money stayed in his pocket. Now he can spend it, save it, travel with it. It's liquid. The uncomfortable truth at year 10, Sam has paper wealth. Derek has real cash flow. Now we go the distance. Year 20, both are 45. Sam's mortgage has 10 years left. His home, appreciating at 4.2% annually, is now worth $632,419. His remaining mortgage balance, $130,882. His equity, $500 to $1,537. Over 20 years, Sam's total housing spend comes to mortgage payments of $343,200, property taxes of $96,400, rising with assessments, insurance of $31,200, and maintenance of roughly $82,000, for a total of $552,800. His net position, $501,537. Equity minus $552,800 spent equals negative $51,263 in cash terms. He has built substantial wealth, but he spent more than the equity is worth to get there. The home made him rich on paper. It cost him more than it returned in cash. But here's what changes everything. Sam still owns the asset. At year 30, when the mortgage is paid off, his equity and the home's value are his entirely. The math flips dramatically in his favor in the final decade. Derek at year 20 has paid $482,611 in total rent across 2 decades. His rent in year 20 is $2,634 a month, nearly double what he started at. He has no asset, no equity, nothing that belongs to him from 20 years of housing payments. The verdict at year 20, Sam has $501,537 in net equity. Derek has zero housing wealth. Sam wins, but by less than people think, and the cost to get there was brutal. Before we close this out, Derek deserves a fair argument, because renting isn't always the losing move. In high-cost cities, San Francisco, New York, Seattle, the math flips completely. A $1,500 apartment in Columbus would cost $4,200 in San Francisco. The down payment on a comparable home would be $200,000 or more. The mortgage payment alone would be $4,800 a month. In those markets, renting is often the only financially rational choice for someone earning under $150,000. Renting also wins when you're mobile. If Derek's career requires moving or opens up a better opportunity in another city, he can leave in 60 days. Sam needs 60 days just to list the house, never mind sell it. 2 transactions, 2 rounds of closing costs, a 5 to 6% agent commission, 1 forced sale at the wrong time can erase years of equity. And renting wins, psychologically, for people who can't handle the volatility. Sam's home dropped in value during the 2008 crash. On paper, his equity went negative for 4 years. Most people panic sold into that. Derek slept fine. Renting is not throwing money away. It's paying for housing, the same thing Sam is doing, just without the asset at the end. Here's the real answer, and it's not what either side wants to hear. Buying wins, eventually. After 20 years in a stable market, at a payment you can genuinely afford, with the discipline not to drain your equity through refinancing, Sam comes out ahead. The asset appreciates. The mortgage gets paid off. The wealth is real. But the cost of getting there is higher than almost anyone calculates going in. Maintenance, taxes, insurance, interest, the actual cost of a $275,000 home over 30 years is closer to $650,000 when you add it all up. The bank's number and the real number are not the same number. Derek's mistake isn't renting. His mistake is renting forever. Renting makes sense at 25 in an expensive city, or when your career is still moving, or when the market is overheated. It stops making sense when you have stability, a down payment, and a monthly cost that's actually comparable to what you'd pay to own. The question was never buy or rent. The real question is, do you know every number in the deal you're about to sign? Because most people don't. And the ones who don't are the ones who end up surprised 20 years later. Sam has a paid-off asset worth over $600,000. Derek has a rent payment that never stops. Which one are you building toward?